Someone hurt you once, and without realizing it, you gave them a switch. What if I told you that the switch is still in your hands and you've been pressing it yourself this whole time? And by the end of this video, you'll understand one simple shift that makes you emotionally untouchable, not cold, not numb, just free. But almost nobody talks about what that shift actually is. Have you ever imagined becoming someone who simply cannot be shaken? Not because life is easy, but because nothing stays long enough to break you. Criticism comes, it passes. Rejection happens, it doesn't define you. Loss arrives, yet it doesn't destroy you. Still, most days don't feel like that. There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream, it lingers. A quiet heaviness, a thought that keeps returning, a feeling you push away, yet it finds its way back. From the outside, everything looks normal. You talk, you smile, you carry on. Inside, something repeats. Take a second and be honest. How often have you said, "I'm fine," just to avoid explaining what you feel? If that hits somewhere, write a simple word, real, below. It's easy to believe people are the reason behind this. Their words, their behavior, the way they left, or the way they stayed and changed. But there's a deeper layer most people never look at. Wisdom, rooted in Krishna's teachings, points toward something uncomfortable. The world doesn't create your wounds, it reveals what is already there. The same situation can break one person while another walks through it untouched. Not because one is stronger, because one has already faced what the other is still avoiding. So instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" sit with a different thought. What inside me reacted so strongly? Most people spend their lives trying to avoid pain by controlling everything, trying to be better, trying to be enough, trying to act in ways that guarantee no one will hurt them. Still, something always slipped through. People disappoint, expectations collapse, moments don't go as planned. The more control you try to hold, the more fragile everything starts to feel. Like standing in the middle of the ocean, trying to calm the waves with your hands. The effort drains you, but the waves never listen. A shift begins the moment you stop fighting every emotion and start noticing it. Not reacting immediately, not suppressing it either, just observing. Something becomes clear in that silence. What happens outside may trigger you, but what breaks you is already within. The real power was never in their actions. It was in the part of you that responded without awareness. That switch was never taken. It was handed over slowly, unconsciously. Now it gets pressed again and again by the same patterns. Look closely at your own life. Different faces, same emotional outcome. Different situations, same inner reaction. If that pattern exists, it's not random. It's pointing toward something that hasn't been understood yet. Pause for a moment. Do you see that pattern in your own life? If yes, write, "I see it," below in the comments section. Before going further, a small note. This space is kept free from ads, so the message stays uninterrupted. If this content is bringing even a little clarity, you can support it on Ko-fi. The link is pinned in the comment section and in the description. Even a small gesture helps in continuing this work and reaching more people like you. The truth is simple, but not easy to accept. Nothing outside holds lasting power over you, unless something inside responds to it. And once that is seen clearly, everything begins to change. The world didn't stop hitting, you just stopped breaking. There's a reason your reactions feel automatic, like something takes over before you even get a chance to think. word hits you and anger rises instantly. Someone ignores you. A strange heaviness appears. Everything feels real in that moment, almost uncontrollable. But what if that reaction didn't start at that moment? What if it has been living inside you for years? Krishna speaks about the restless mind, a mind that is not under awareness, a mind that reacts instead of responding, as most people believe they are in control of their life. But look closely. Are you choosing your emotions or are they choosing you? Take a moment and reflect. Have you ever reacted strongly and later wondered, why did I even feel that way? If yes, write. Noticed below. There is a hidden layer within you, not visible, not obvious, but always active. It stores everything: old pain, unspoken fears, moments you ignored, emotions you buried just to move on. Nothing disappears, it only goes deeper. And from there, it quietly shapes your reactions. This is why certain things affect you more than they should. A simple comment feels like an attack. A small rejection feels like abandonment. Not because of the situation itself, but because it touched something unfinished. Something you never faced. Think of it like this. You clean your room and everything looks perfect, but under the bed, dust keeps gathering. You don't see it daily, yet it keeps affecting the space. Your mind works the same way. Ignored emotions don't vanish. They wait, and when the right moment comes, they rise. Krishna doesn't tell you to suppress this. It points toward awareness because what you don't understand will continue to control you. And the more you try to avoid your inner world, the stronger its grip becomes. Look at your patterns again. The same type of people, the same kind of conflicts, the same emotional endings. This is not coincidence. This is repetition. And repetition is always a sign that something within you is asking to be seen. Be honest for a second. Are you reacting to the present moment or to something from your past? If that question feels uncomfortable, that's exactly where the truth is hiding. Most people spend their whole life fixing the outside. Changing people, changing situations, running from discomfort. Very few turn inward. Very few ask what part of me is still unresolved, because facing that truth requires courage. It means dropping the image, the strong version you show the world. It means admitting not everything inside is healed. Not everything is understood. Yet this is where real strength begins. Not by becoming harder, but by becoming aware. Because once you start seeing your patterns clearly, they lose their control. Slowly, silently, the same triggers stop hitting you the same way. This is the difference. An unaware mind reacts instantly. An aware mind observes first, then chooses. And in that small gap, your freedom begins. If something in this part made you reflect, is right, aware, below. Not for anyone else. Just as a reminder to yourself. What comes next goes even deeper. Not just understanding pain, but transforming it. Because what you've been trying to avoid might actually be the key to your strength. Most people think becoming untouchable means one thing: feeling nothing. No attachment, no emotions, no reactions. They start building walls, acting like nothing matters, pretending they don't care, convincing themselves they've become strong. But look closely. Is that really strength? Or just a quieter form of pain? Because behind that I don't care attitude, something still exists. Unspoken, unseen, unhealed. It doesn't disappear, it just hides better. Like fire covered under ashes, still burning, just not visible. Krishna's wisdom never pointed toward becoming cold. It pointed toward becoming aware. There's a difference. A person who suppresses emotions becomes rigid. A person who understands emotions becomes free. Think about this carefully. If avoiding pain made you strong, you would have been unbreakable by now. But the more you try not to feel, the more sensitive you become inside. One small thing and everything collapses again. So the problem was never feeling. The problem was not understanding what you feel. Most people are scared of their own emotions. Anger feels dangerous, sadness feels weak, fear feels uncomfortable. So they hide it, distract themselves, stay busy, keep moving, without ever looking within. But what you avoid doesn't disappear. It waits, and when it returns stronger. Just think, what is one emotion you keep avoiding? Don't overthink it. Write just one word in the comment. Here's the shift. Becoming untouchable is not about building armor. It's about removing the need for it. Because when you truly understand your fears, they stop controlling you. When you face your insecurities, they stop defining you. When you accept your flaws, they stop being weaknesses. Krishna speaks of balance, not running toward pleasure, not running away from pain, standing in between, stable, aware, unshaken. This is where real strength is born, not in resistance but in acceptance. Imagine this. Instead of reacting instantly, you start noticing what you feel. Instead of suppressing it, you allow it to exist. No judgment, no labeling, just awareness. Slowly, something changes. The same triggers lose intensity. The same situations stop affecting you the same way. Not because the world changed, or because you did. You don't become emotionless. You become emotionally clear. And clarity is far more powerful than control. Look at your life again. How much of your pain comes from the situation, and how much comes from how you interpret it? That difference is where your freedom is hiding. If this is starting to make sense, right, clear, below, let that word remind you. You're not here to escape your emotions. You're here to understand them. Because once you understand yourself fully, there's nothing left for the world to use against you. From the beginning, you were taught to escape pain. Stay strong, don't cry, move on quickly. As if feeling deeply was a weakness. So you learn to hide it. Distract yourself, stay busy, pretend everything is fine. But something never fully left. It stayed quietly shaping you, because pain doesn't disappear when ignored. It changes form. It becomes anxiety without reason, anger without clarity, emptiness you can't explain. You try to fix it from the outside, but the feeling remains because it was never outside to begin with. Krishna never treated suffering as an enemy. He reveals it as a signal, a message, something within you asking to be seen, not avoided. Every time pain appears, it points towards something unfinished. A belief that no longer serves you, an attachment that's holding you back, a version of you that's ready to change. But instead of listening, most people run. Tell me, what is something in your life right now that keeps hurting again and again? Don't explain it. Just name it in one word below. Here's the truth most people avoid. Growth doesn't feel comfortable. Letting go doesn't feel easy. Facing yourself can feel like everything inside is breaking, because in a way, it is. Old patterns collapse. False identities fall apart. The version of you that was built just to survive starts fading. And that process hurts, but that pain has a purpose. Just like fire burns, but also transforms everything it touches. Krishna reminds, what you resist stays, what you face begins to change. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift it slightly. What is this trying to show me? That one question changes everything. It moves you from victim to observer, from reaction to understanding. Because when you stop fighting your pain, you start learning from it. And slowly, the same emotion that once controlled you becomes something you can sit with, understand, even outgrow. This is where power begins. Not when life becomes easy, but when you stop collapsing every time it gets hard. Look at yourself honestly. How many times did pain try to teach you something, but you ignored it? How many patterns repeated just because you didn't pause and look within? If you're starting to see this now, right, learning, below, not as an answer to anyone else, but as a sign to yourself. Because pain was never sent to destroy you. It was sent to wake you up. And the moment you stop running from it, it stops chasing you. What remains after that is something most people never reach. A quiet strength, not loud, not visible, but unshakable. That's where everything finally comes together. At this point, something becomes very clear. Nothing outside has truly changed. People are still unpredictable, situations still shift, life still tests you. Yet something within you feels different. Because real protection was never about controlling the world, it was about understanding yourself. Krishna points to a simple truth. What disturbs you is not the event itself, it is your identification with it. The moment you stop attaching your identity to every thought, every emotion, every reaction, a gap appears. In that gap, there is awareness, there is stillness, there is choice. You still feel everything. Pain doesn't disappear. Disappointment still comes. Moments still hurt, but they don't stay long enough to break you. Because now, you don't lose yourself in them. Earlier, every emotion pulled you in. Now, you witness it. Like watching waves rise and fall without drowning in them. This is what it truly means to become untouchable. Not someone who feels nothing, but someone who is no longer controlled by what they feel. Look back at your journey for a moment. You were trying to protect yourself from pain. Now you understand it. You are trying to control everything. Now you observe. You are reacting to every situation. Now you choose. That is the shift. Simple to hear, powerful to live. Don't rush. Just sit for a few more minutes. Do you feel that difference inside you? Even if it's small. Even if it just started. A little more awareness. A little less reaction. If yes, right. I choose awareness below. Let that be your decision, not just a comment. Because this is not a one-time realization. It's a practice. A daily return to yourself. Some days you will forget. Old patterns will come back. Reactions will take over. That's part of the process. What matters is, you see it now. And once seen, it cannot be unseen. This is your strength. Not something you show the world, but something you carry within. A place where no word can reach, no opinion can shake, no situation can define you. Nothing and nobody can hurt you anymore. Not because the world became soft, but because you became aware. If this journey resonated with you, stay connected. There's more to explore, more to understand, more to become. You're not here to just survive. You're here to be free.